Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time on a Tuesday night. Hope everybody is having a great evening. Thanks for hanging out with us as a part of your, downtime here on this Tuesday. Happy to have you guys in to talk a little bit more about this NFL draft, some rumor mill stuff that's swirling around, and of course, because it's a Tuesday night, the gone viral video is the custom. Before we get to any of the good stuff, need you guys to share this show around on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on Twitch. If you're hanging out on Twitter, please retweet the show in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If you are on YouTube or Twitch, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you've done both of those things, just tell a friend to do the same. And if you're on Facebook Live, you can share now to public. That's in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. A lot of different situations happening around the NFL. 2 days left to go, less than 2 days left to go before the draft is officially underway. And still no real clarity on what's happening beyond the first overall pick. And, who's to say that that can't change in the next 48 hours? Always exciting, though, and looking forward to getting into it with you guys tonight. Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time from the Superbook Sports Studios. I'm your host, Buck Rising, and I'm proud, as always, to be presented to you by our friends at TrueMav Fitness in the Gulch. Get your workout changed, get your workout routine changed, better yourself, and improve your fitness with TrueMav Fitness and their great workout plans. TrueMav Fitness in the Gulch, where you go for your first workout free as a Middle Tennessee resident. Superbook Sports. Download the Superbook app today. Bet on the NHL, the NBA, MLB, and all your favorite major sports in the Superbook Sports app. The best odds, boosts, and promo bets can be found at superbook.com. And the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage. GaryAshton.com. Your dream address without the stress is what the Ashton team will get to you. The intel edge you need to succeed can be found at GaryAshton.com. So, with everything that we've talked about and the Tennessee Titans in particular, all the different angles that we've approached this on, what do we know about the NFL draft? And that's your Two Rivers Ford take to go ahead and get things off the top. What do we know definitively about the Titans' approach under Ran Carthon and, by extension, Mike Vrabel? What do we know about what they value as a part of the draft process? Now, there's not a ton of specific detail out there, right? It's not like it's going to be easy to figure out a first-year general manager's MO out of the gate before he's gone through his first NFL draft running the show, right? He's been a part of drafts before. He was undrafted as a player, so not necessarily on the player side of things. But having worked in a couple of different front offices and for a couple of different teams at this point, Ran Carthon knows how a draft goes, right? And he's experienced in a variety of different ways. But, getting the first crack at this thing as a professional, as the lead guy, it's a different animal. He joked a little bit. We had this press conference with him yesterday. He joked a little bit about waking up at 3:45 in the morning, having night terrors about the idea who's going to be available at 11 and kind of muttering a little bit in his sleep, and his wife looking over at him like he's an insane person. It's a huge level of responsibility, of course, and he's in a particularly unique situation, I think, given all the different positional needs we've talked about, where the franchise is in terms of its long-term competitiveness, and all these other things. So what do we definitively know about the Titans draft process, though, under these two individuals, and specifically the first-year GM? It's your Two Rivers Ford take. As always, it's made possible by Two Rivers Ford. Go to Two Rivers Ford for quality American-made Ford vehicles and award-winning customer service. Nobody makes the car buying experience faster, friendlier, or more fun than the great people at Two Rivers Ford. I'm a customer myself. I love my 2022 Ford Explorer. Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet or online at tworiversford.com. So what do we definitively know about the Titans draft process at this point? Well, we asked Ran Carthon a variety of different questions, and we covered a lot of ground. I mean, for those of you who watched 45 minutes worth of press conference, good on you. That's a hell of a lot more than I think, even people who do this would like to participate in. It was a long and wide-ranging press conference. There was some cliff notes on things like Chris Moore, Trayvon Wesco, and Ben Neiman, the 3 free agents that they've signed since the last time we talked to Ran Carthon. He was asked specifically about needs for the Titans in the draft now that the first couple of waves of free agency are over, and he just said good football players, right? It's parroting a lot of the Mike Vrabel stuff, but there are some things to be gleaned, specifically as to addressing the many needs that this roster has versus the idea of best player available regardless of position. Ran Carthon was asked about that approach, and specifically in the first round. This is his response on Monday.
In most cases, obviously you want to take care of a need, and you hope that the best player available is at a position of need, but you also don't want to reach, for a guy. You have to trust your board. You have to not only have them stacked right vertically, but you have to have them stacked right horizontally. You just have to trust the process and just understand that, hey, this player here is available, but then a little bit further down you can get an equal player that you don't have to necessarily reach for.
So that's Ran Carthon on Monday talking about that, and it kind of explains a little bit about not just the thought process for the Titans, but every NFL team as they're evaluating cost-benefit analysis of best player available versus need. Now, no situation is created equal necessarily. There's precedent for some things. And for others, or lack of precedent for others, for example, the player who's likely to be picked at the top of the NFL draft this year, Bryce Young, is going to be unprecedented if he, in fact, goes number 1 overall to the Carolina Panthers, which, by the way, we'll talk about when we get a little bit to the rumor mill stuff, is now 2 days away, less than 2 days away. Kind of up in the air, not really, but at least Vegas is getting some late action on a player, an unlikely player to go with the first overall pick. Either way, the Primetime Show is made possible by True Math Fitness in the Gulch. Go to truemathfitness.com for your first workout free as a Middle Tennessee resident. Group classes, Tuesdays, full body with a focus on your upper body and core. I always enjoy the workouts. I enjoy the coaching staff tremendously, and I always have fun. They have made the workout experience fun for me at True Math Fitness in ways that I did not used to enjoy it, whether it's group classes. I love them. The personal training, a very, very focused experience. If you have individual goals you're trying to accomplish beyond just improving your fitness. And of course, if you want to work out at your pace, on your time, they have an open gym, any number of membership options available for you at truemathfitness.com. So as we kind of evaluate what's going to be there at 11, there's going to be a variety of different positions there at 11, right? Wide receivers will be available at 11. We talked to John Ledyard on the radio show today, one of the best scouts turned media analysts that I think is out there. Ledyard said there's not a first round grade on a wide receiver in this year's class, and he's a much more strict person. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be wide receivers who go in the first round, but Ledyard is saying on the scale of blue chip talent and first round caliber talent, the wide receiver class this year is not up to snuff. No first round grades among the wide receivers. So you can approach this from a variety of different angles. And Ran Carthon is going to have, a choose your own adventure type situation. But what you have here at this point is options everywhere from quarterback to edge, defensive tackle to left tackle. All are going to be options for you at 11 in all likelihood, although the drop off from the best of the best at their position to what lies beyond, pretty significant gulf. And those are the kind of decisions that Ran Carthon and Mike Vrabel and their staffs will have to make. Ran Carthon also spoke about Kevin Byard, a rumor mill, right? Kevin Byard and the pay cut that they asked him to take. It was a part of a longer answer about Derrick Henry, and we played for you the Derrick Henry audio, or specific to not receiving any trade calls about Derrick Henry this offseason from Ran Carthon. He mentioned Kevin Byard's name as a part of that. The question that I'm going to ask you on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, will Kevin Byard be a Titan in 2023? Yes or no? Simple as that. Will Kevin Byard be a member of the Tennessee Titans roster in 2023? We'll talk about it together right after I remind you that the Primetime Show is made possible by Superbook Sports. Download the Superbook app today and enjoy all the odds, boosts, and promo bets that they have to offer, whether it's baseball, basketball, NHL, whatever you desire, Superbook Sports is your place for every sports season. They'll even give you $250 in bonus bets when you sign up, deposit, and wager in the same day. So download the Superbook Sports app. Go to superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. So the Kevin Byard situation, there has been fact and there has been fiction, just as there was around Tannehill, just as there was around Henry. And Ran Carthon, as a part of an answer about Derrick Henry, and had he received calls on Derrick Henry, trade calls, inquiring about the availability of Derrick Henry, he said he had not. And what he went on to mention additionally is, there's been a bunch of bullshit around Kevin Byard as well.
Even down to KB, when that report came out that he asked to be released or traded or whatever it was, and that simply wasn't true. And yes, we did ask him, for a pay cut. That was correct, But at the same time, all our dealings are with the players, and our players know where we stand with them. And so it's not a need to kind of touch on it. And if there's something that comes up, we'll address it as it comes. But I don't feel the need to kind of discuss, their personal business publicly.
So that is Ran Carthon speaking about Kevin Byard specifically, what was fact and what was fiction in his estimation, and from his perspective, rather, as opposed to estimation. It's a complicated dynamic for general managers to have to work through, right? You have Ran Carthon, who's just getting to know these guys, has only spent limited time around them in person. Players are in the building right now, and players have been around Nashville, of course, throughout the course of since Ran officially got the job, or officially, I think Ran got the job on the 18th, and the press conference was like the 20th or something like that of January. So it's not been a long time, right? It's been less than 6 months, substantially less than 6 months. It's been closer to 2 than it has been to 6. Either way, math is hard. But for Ran Carthon, he has to come in here, get to know the roster, make difficult decisions, keep players who are hanging in the balance, like Derrick Henry, Kevin Byard, and Ryan Tannehill, keep them from, hitting the nuclear option in their scenarios while being delicate about approaching pay cuts, restructures, releases, all these kind of different things that a GM is going to have to do while preparing for his first NFL draft running the show. It's not easy. Now, it sounds like they've got a respectful working relationship with the players so far. That's the expectation. I know it was a little colder under John. I know that there were some guys who, could approach Robinson in a certain way. Ran Carthon seems imminently more approachable, not just from a player standpoint, media, coaches, whatever the case may be. The communication element of it and the relationship building element of it is something he stresses every time we speak to him. And, based on a small sample size for me so far, or for the players or for the coaches, that seems to be a core value, and everything that you hear about him from his previous stops, that is held true as well. So for Ran Carthon, he's got to balance all this with, social media element. Now the unverification or verification of people who are reporting news, all these different things, like rumor mills under normal circumstances are tough in the social media environment. It seems like that's only gotten tougher. And you've got girlfriends, wives, kids, family members, friends seeing stuff on the internet, sending it to the players, and potentially starting 5-alarm fires, right? Ran Carthon has to manage all those things. So it seems the transparency has been the route for them so far. It's usually an effective strategy, and we'll see, what comes to pass. Will Kevin Byard be a Titan in 2023? I'm inclined to think so, but there has to be some resolution on that pay cut ask, beyond Kevin Byard just saying no. Let's do a gone viral video and wrap things up for this Tuesday night. Radio show is going to be a lot of fun tomorrow on 104.5 The Zone, by the way. Quick reminder, if you haven't bought your tickets for the Install podcast, the live taping, we're going to break down the entire Titans draft class. Greg Cosell of NFL Films, he's flying down to Nashville. Going to do a live show at the Hutton Hotel, the Analog in the Hutton Hotel. Tickets are $25. It's a great value to come hang out. It's going to be a huge crowd with a lot of insightful football information. There's going to be some special guests as well. You can go to 1045thezone.com to get your tickets today. May the 20th is when this is going down. Saturday, May the 20th, 6 p.m., I believe, is when we are going to get things off and rolling. Like I said, tickets $25. If you want the VIP experience, you want dinner and drink tickets with that too, I think it's something like $75, which is also a reasonable value. But if you just want to come hang, talk some ball, Greg is excited about it. And I know the people that we're going to bring out with Greg are excited to break down the Titans draft class, whatever that looks like, with you guys in less than a month. Gone viral. Question I'm going to ask you is this. What's the best thing you saw on the internet this weekend? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. While you do that, I will remind you that the Primetime Show is made possible by the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage. Go to GaryAshton.com. Get your dream address without the stress and that intel edge you need to succeed. Nobody does it better than Gary Ashton. Nobody goes above and beyond like the Ashton team does. That intel edge helps you sell your home without any showings or stagings, helps you sell your current home while you find your next one in this red-hot Nashville real estate market. Even helps you win the buyer battle and cash in on your home equity now. Nobody has better information on the best properties the way that the Ashton team does. It's why your favorite teams trust the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage at GaryAshton.com. What's the best thing you saw on the internet this weekend? Well, minor league baseball. We've got a AAA team here in Nashville, the Nashville Sounds. Have not made it to a game yet, even though I'm like 8 blocks from that ballpark. I need to go at some point. Probably not until after we break for the summer from football season, or at least the off-season portion of the proceedings. But minor league baseball, always an enjoyable part of, a lot of different cities around the country, whether it's single A, double A, triple A, major league. In a single A game between the Clearwater Threshers and the Tampa Tarpons, there was a bench clearing brawl that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on the internet. Minor league baseball is great for a lot of things, but, the occasional bench clearing brawl, especially in single A with one person in the stands like that, always good for a laugh. It's going to do it for us tonight on the Primetime Show. Like I said, tickets for the install live show, 1045thezone.com. Also, I'm hosting Steeplechase again this year. It's going to be a banger. That's coming up in less than a month. I think that's the 13th of May, right around the corner. Those are also available at 1045thezone.com, so you can come hang out, watch the racehorses with me one weekend, and then we can all kick it and talk some ball with Greg the following weekend. Back-to-back big events coming up, like I said, for both 1045thezone.com for a couple of really, really cool experiences. For those, speaking of experiences, I know that I'm going to Kayla Anderson's event tonight at 3rd and Lindsley. Maybe some of you are already there. Maybe some of you are watching this on your way to the event, where Titans head coach Mike Vrabel is going to participate in a Q&A. UC Saros is going to be there. All Nashville SC players, all to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in a really cool event at 3rd and Lindsley. So if you haven't, if you're on your way, looking forward to seeing you. If you're going after the show, show's over, because I'm on my way now too, or about to be here in just a second. Have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you tomorrow on the radio show at 10, if not at 8 p.m. tomorrow on A to Z Sports Prime Time.
Are you surprised to hear that?
Certainly not. The first year we took it to the limit. And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
It's been 20 years since then. We haven't been too strong in the last few years.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules. You can't have a newcomer come in and steal a show.